So the next question is, how would you describe this role to your grandma? And I've actually had to do this. I told her that it's basically class president. So there's a few different facets within the role, and it's partially making sure that everybody is on the same page, sending out updates to your cohort, working with MBA administration. You'll see that there's so many different events and deadlines and things that your cohort has to be doing, especially in the fall. And so it's your responsibility to make sure that you're on top of everything and making sure that your cohort is on top of everything. Additionally, the role does require a lot of networking, getting to know people in your class, and getting a pulse of how your class is feeling about things in general, and relaying that feedback to the MBA administration to help make the experience the best it can be. The next question is, what is one of your favorite experiences in the role? And for me, that was going back all the way to the fall within the first few weeks of the program when I worked with some of the people in the cohort to schedule interview prep sessions for whoever wanted to join. And so we did this for a few weeks leading up to the big career fair. It was a couple hours, once or twice a week, and we played interview roulette, which one of the other cohort reps, Megan, actually created. But it was just a way to do interview practice in a group setting and to provide real-time feedback. And the reason it was one of my favorite parts of the role was it was a great way early on to get to know each other, and I got to see how everybody in the group progressed in their interview prep and really got a lot out of the event. So as something that I helped to organize, that was definitely one of my favorite memories. What does a typical week look like in my role? Well, it was definitely front-loaded in the fall. You get elected within like the first week or two of the program. So you're still trying to get to know everybody. You're still trying to understand the program. And that's coming from someone like me who was the first year cohort rep. Everything was new. So there's a lot of work there, just getting familiar with what your responsibilities are, getting a pulse on the class as to where they want things to happen, like what is our preferred communication as a cohort? What are the needs that everybody's feeling as far as recruitment and interview prep goes? So the fall was a little bit busier, but after that, it's pretty much smooth sailing. So just relaying updates, maybe scheduling a couple happy hours or cohort specific events. But I would say on most weeks, it's less than an hour a week and is usually just copying and pasting some information, having some conversations with people when they want to talk to you about their ideas or ways that they can improve. And then, you have a lot of leniency in the role. I sent out a couple surveys throughout the year at the end of the semesters and set up meetings to relay that feedback to the MBA administration. But that's not necessarily a requirement of the role. So you can kind of make it as you wish. What is the best advice I can give someone who is going to be taking on the role? And what I can say is be organized. Be organized, be on top of all the communication channels, and make sure you are taking your organization skills and applying it to this position and helping your cohort to be as successful as they can be by being in the know and knowing everything that's going on in the program, all the opportunities, all the upcoming deadlines. I think that is the biggest part of the role and the thing that a lot of people appreciated, because there's just so much going on that having that one person who really does know everything that's going on and can be a source of information and help send out reminders is really key. What impressed me most about Shelby? So what impressed me most about Shelby as a cohort rep was her relationship with the people in her cohort and her initiatives. So she reached out to schedule like some cross cohort events with me, and I really appreciated that. And we had a really nice event between all the cohorts actually, and got to meet some different people, which was really important in the virtual environment. What impressed me most about Megan had to be the interview roulette game. So she created that and had already started some interview prep with her cohort by the time that my cohort even started the program. And so she gave me some great advice on that, and it was super well received with my program when I implemented it there. And so I'm very grateful for her and that guidance early on in sharing her interview roulette game with me. What impressed me most about Travis was his ability to get quick answers from his cohort, or at least that's how it was perceived for me. He seemed to have a really good relationship with them and was able to get a lot of people to respond when we had surveys and things like that very easily. And as the other person who had a larger cohort, I know that isn't necessarily easy to do. And so that really impressed me about Travis.